105.9 Academy FM.
Folkestone's radio station.
Father, I'm sorry. I know sometimes that I have sinned.
That's PaRaDoX and Sinned here on 105.9 Academy FM, folks, and we are now joined live in the studio by the band PaRaDoX. How are you all?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You guys? Good
Yeah,
evening?
we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Enjoying the minute bit of British summer we've had today?
Yeah,
That was last week, wasn't it?
It was a bit sunny when I looked out the window earlier. So.
Yeah, it's still cold.
It's still cold. So, we're here today to talk about your upcoming EP, Working Class. So, as a band, just going back to the start, how did it all start for you?
Well, first of all, it started with me and Phil. I'm Ian. And we started playing acoustic guitars in a front room. We sat one night, basically, through the whole night and wrote 16 tracks. None of them we play now, obviously, but that's how we started.
All right, so in terms of, just to follow on to that, was there really any musical projects between any of you before, or with any of you before PaRaDoX?
Yeah, it's Bex here, bass player. I've got together with Phil many years ago when we were still at school, kind of thing, and we had a little band together. Never really done anything other than much in my mum's conservatory, and so Phil played bass, which was mine, and he still owes me a £5 for it.
That's the only reason Bex joined the band, to get his £5 back.
Still waiting for it.
So in terms of actual bands, PaRaDoX really is the first big band for any of you?
The first, I mean, certainly the first band that I've played in that's that done original stuff. I've kind of been on the scene doing kind of cover bands and things like that for a while, kind of thing. So, but yeah, the first time that when I first actually saw the band play at Leatherdale Hall, I was sharing the same lineup with them, with a covers band, and I heard them. I thought, crikey, they're good.
So, in terms of, I suppose you do put a lot of heart and soul into a band like this. I mean, you did decide to take a break in 2010, and, during that time, was the band still a part of your life?
It was in the way that we were all still close, quite friendly, and we kind of mixed well. So
Apart from me, you didn't call me for about 2 years.
A little bit different, we didn't like you.
Oh, okay.
Let it go.
You won't let that go at all.
No.
So no, we were friends. Me and Phil have worked together in the past, and we still work together now as well outside the band. So we've always been mates. Me and Bex went to school together before the band, so we've known each other a long time. So when the sort of band originally sort of split up, we sort of stayed in contact, and then as it got back together, which I'll let Bex explain.
Bex had a heart attack. Like some there for you.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's kind of one of them life-changing events. Yeah, I had a couple of years ago a heart attack, and it kind of it brought things kind of back, and thought, life's too short to kind of sit around and not do what you want to do. Yeah. And I think we got a mutual friend, Keith Healy, if he's listening today. Hi, Keith. Happy birthday.
Hello, Keith.
Happy birthday, mate, for yesterday.
40th.
Yeah.
He's going to kill you for that one.
And he kind of instigated the band kind of getting back together again, and kind of pushed all the right buttons, and we kind of we kind of got together and ran through a few songs, just guitar, bass and vocals, and we decided that we still liked what we were doing, and it was still it really kind of interested us, the music that we were playing, kind of thing, and really kind of lit our fuses as such, kind of thing. So we kind of couldn't help it, and that's when we kind of advertised, and we were very lucky to get Doc come and play with us.
Wayne is the name, actually, for all you people out there. Yeah, I joined, and I sort of kind of felt after the first jam it kind of sort of slotted straight in, really.
Yeah,
and it just seemed like the right sort of music at the right time.
So, actually, about you joining the band, how was it to sort of integrate with the band and play with them for the first few times?
It was all right, actually. It was the kind of thing I was looking for anyway, and I just happened to sort of stumble across them. I was just happened to be looking online one night, and they'd advertised for a drummer. I think actually even that day, perhaps, and I just phoned up, had a jam, and that was it. Sort of. Hopefully the rest is history.
Yeah.
So I was reading on your website, you do have a couple of artists on there who you're quite influenced by, and it did get me thinking, who are your main influences?
I think it's anything with that shows energy. You know,
Nirvana, the Sex Pistols,
Nirvana.
Stone Temple Pilots,
Nirvana.
Foo Fighters.
I kind of I go for more of the classic-y kind of things. I mean, for me, it's
Shadows.
Well, not quite the
Erasure.
Shads, but no.
ABBA.
No, it's not. No, bands like, for me, it was bands like the Who and you know, it's an energy thing. It's got to have the music's got to have something about it that makes me go.
It's got to be passionate.
That's it, kind of thing. You know.
So I was, I did say I was looking through the lists of bands you are influenced by on your website, and one of the ones I did notice was indeed Nirvana.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a song by them now, a Heart-Shaped Box. What do you think of that one?
Oh,
Love
very
it.
Cool.
Good choice.
Absolutely
Very cool.
brilliant.
Very good.
All right, we'll play Heart-Shaped Box now then, and talk to PaRaDoX a bit more about their upcoming EP, Working Class, after this track. Remember, if you do have a question for PaRaDoX, you can text 01303 721059. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer your questions. This is Nirvana and Heart-Shaped Box. That's Nirvana and Heart-Shaped Box here on 105.9 Academy FM, folks. And I am joined in the studio by PaRaDoX. PaRaDoX saying they're quite big fans of Nirvana. I've got to ask, favourite Nirvana track?
Da, da, da.
There's so many.
There's a question.
The test note.
I did
Come as you are.
sort of throw that one at you at last minute. I know it's a tricky one to answer.
Come as you are.
No, I'll tell you what. For me, it'd be About a Girl. That's the one that actually got me playing the guitar.
Territorial, but we can't say the last bit.
Yeah. I know the one in
In
there.
Bloom, I like.
There you go.
In Bloom, yeah.
Okay, so we have had a couple of texts come in. Someone saying, can't wait to hear PaRaDoX. Someone saying, love PaRaDoX. And Sid saying, Sid here, do PaRaDoX have any lucky mascots they take on stage with them?
Yeah, we
Actually-
do.
His name is Sproz.
Yeah. Name is Sproz. He used to actually be the bass player in the band,
All right.
and then when he left, Bex took over, and he's been kind of like more sort of as a mate. He comes on and does like mascot stuff and tries tuning up Phil's guitar. I'll tell you a little story about it. What happened. We was doing a gig. Phil had two guitars, playing one, went out of tune, put the guitar down, gave it to Ed. Ed started to tune it up, playing the next song. Swapped the guitars back, went to play it. It was worse than what it was before he started, completely out of tune. So he doesn't do the tuning up anymore.
Didn't you get 2 parking tickets that day as
Yeah.
well? Mate, so-
Yeah, we
Good
did
day
tune.
out for everyone then.
So
Yeah.
out of tune guitars and parking tickets
Yeah.
all in one day.
Yeah.
It was
Yes,
a good gig.
yeah.
We didn't come away winning on that, I tell you.
I've had another text come in. Like in PaRaDoX, do they still practice in a conservatory?
Is that my mum? No, we don't. We've been banned from most small venues that aren't soundproofed.
Or anywhere near people, houses and estates. And no, we
So,
haven't.
the conservatory
loud.
isn't particularly soundproof, is it? I mean, you must be hoping your neighbours enjoy your music at least when you're jamming out in a conservatory.
Well, we don't hear much after we finish rehearsing, other than doo. That's kind of pretty much all I hear, really and truthfully.
So with your new EP, you have decided to go it alone without a record label. I mean, how did that come about? And do you enjoy the freedom of working without the constraints of a record label?
Well, yeah. I mean, we were signed to a label in Switzerland originally, and we toured over there a few years ago, which was great fun. But the music scene is changing, a lot nowadays, and we kind of felt that we wanted a bit more control over what we wanted to release and how to release it, kind of thing. And that was really and truthfully why we decided for the distribution kind of deal. I mean, no one kind of generally buys CDs anymore, and music is, turned into something that's quite a disposable thing. You download a track off your favourite, download site, and you never get to actually hold anything anymore. It's so that's why we decided to go down the route that we were in, because we've really kind of always been
Switzerland's
about
a long way to go when you got just an idea.
Yeah,
What
and
do you
we've
think?
always been about kind of the performance side of things has always been more important to us, I think, than necessarily the products that we release. We all musicians, and we all get a kick out of jumping around on stage and performing our music.
So on the subject of performing music, are you actually planning any gigs to go along with the release of this E EP?
Yeah, we're playing on the 11th of August, and that's at Folkestone Harbour. It'll be a Sunday night.
Headlining.
Yep, we're headlining. We have got a couple of other gigs coming up at the moment. There's one in Dover at the Bandstand.
Yeah, we're doing that one.
That's to be
support a
arranged?
local. No, I think it's kind of arranged. It's to
Still
support.
waiting to hear back from a lot of venues as well at the moment.
Yeah, because we've only just sort of kind of got ourselves back together. We wanted to get something new done first, and then start hitting sort of festivals, gigs, and things like that. So we've just started hitting a couple of festivals now, and we're getting some sort of comeback from them.
So in
Hence
terms of the
this
gigs,
one.
it is really a work in progress. There's
Absolutely.
some stuff upcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Okay, so you did say you're headlining the Folkestone Harbour Festival. Is this the first festival you've headlined?
Oh
No.
no! It's not even the first in the UK, is it? I mean, we've done a few up north, kind of Durham. And
Durham, we
places
did.
like that. But yeah,
Durham was a
Switzerland
good festival. You can't knock it. We travelled for about 12 hours to get there. It was really cold. We all slept in a field, apart from Phil, who got himself a hotel because he knew up front. The festival was really, really good. It actually turned out to be illegally put on. We didn't know this until after we'd done the gig. And we slept the night in a field full of rain, midges, and a police helicopter spotlight on us all night. We had a great time.
You said that without flinching.
Yeah, I know.
But we've got the tour. I mean, the tours we've done over in Switzerland and Germany. You know, they put us on as a headline act. We played a festival in Gempen, which was a fantastic gig. I mean, those guys over there are absolutely crazy. They really are.
They were up on stage with us, jumping off. I'd say there was probably, through the course of that gig, about 10,000 people walking around and out in front of the stage, and it was just mental. It was really, really good.
Good feeling.
So going back to the EP, is there anything beyond the EP? Is there anything in the pipe work to release later?
Yeah, we're looking at an album at the moment. We're working on an album. The EP was, we wanted to get something out now, to start the ball rolling. All in the same sort of theme about everyday people working that kind of like same lifestyles, doing the same sort of work. So the EP was the start of it.
Yeah, we're the release is out on the 3rd
You
of
can't
June.
be trusted, can you?
Wayne just broke something.
Well, that's with my drumstick.
So the EP, I'm guessing by the massive clunk of a board pen being hit against the board and the now materialising June the 3rd on the board. Is that when the EP's out?
It might be.
That might be it.
That was
Yeah.
the plan, wasn't
That
it?
was the release date.
Yes,
3rd of
it
June.
is. Yeah.
Okay, so thanks a lot for coming down today even. Yeah, we're going to play the single Working Class now. Before we play it, how can people find out more information about you guys?
Over to you, Phil.
You can go to PaRaDoXUK.biz.
PaRaDoXUK.biz. That's
the
got all
one.
the information about music and upcoming
Yeah,
festivals and
it
events
gives you
as
all
well.
the details of everything we're doing on there, and yeah, it's all on there for you.
Link you onto our social sites
Yeah,
as well.
so you've got links on there for our Twitter and Facebook as well.
Okay, then
Before you play it, can I just say one quick, just a thanks to the Mission Gospel Choir who played on Sind with us, and Alex who sort of runs the choir for us, Spos who's doing some work for us, and Keith who's done a lot of work for us in the past.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll play the single Working Class right now. Remember, if you do want to find out more information about PaRaDoX, PaRaDoXUK.biz is the website you can visit. This is Working Class.
105.9 Academy FM.
The sound of Folkestone.